Namaste, everyone. Welcome to the Cārvāka podcast. This is Kushalmehra. The third test of GABA Brisbane has just wrapped up, and it has ended in a draw. Draw. Well, it was
Yes,
I won't say it was a boring test match. It was quite an entertaining test match. The series, as it stands, is still after three test match 1-1,
correct.
and India destroyed Australia in the first test. Australia destroyed India in the second test, and the third test, Australia, honestly, after scoring 400 odd runs, can say that they had the slightly upper hand, but. I think India just messed up on the second and third session. My summary of the match is that one partnership of 241 runs is the only difference between the two teams in the match. And India really bowled horribly in two sessions in that match, and that game changed.
Yeah, yeah.
Baki, I think Australia was horrible, India was horrible consistently. India again, if it was not for Jadeja, KL Rahul, Akashdeep, and Bumrah, hi, kya hota hamara?
Basically, no, but it could have been much worse had we not avoided the follow on because then our top order would have to go and bat again. And that would not have been a good situation against this situation in Australia and stuff. Um, H is one thing for sure. Rohit Sharma's captaincy led a lot to this situation. I think when Smith and Travis Head were going, it was almost insipid. He just was waiting, sitting back and waiting. And a lot of people are like, what could have Rohit Sharma done? I don't know, bowling changes, field placements, innovative. The Australian commentators say, I get Fox Cricket over here. The US coverage on Willow is Fox, and they are not bound by the usual Indian commentator norms. So they were questioning, rightfully, a lot of these issues about that they were facing in the game.
Hmm.
So I mean, I personally, I'll tell you this. Um, my three big takeaways. One, India got its bowling combination totally wrong. Uh, I think Ravindra Jadeja ultimately turned out to be, he did better than the bat than he did with the ball, but with the ball, he was not very good at all. So,
Yeah.
who was going to be your frontline spinner then, right? Was it going to be Ravi Ashwin, who retired? And I don't know. And we'll talk about his career. Was the reason of his retirement that he was not sure if he was going to play Test matches number 4 and 5? Because it seems unfathomable to me that you have one of the best spinners in the world and he's not going to play on the Sydney cricket ground, the one wicket in Australia that favors spin. Even MCG favors spin in the second innings, but SCG is a spinner friendly compared to the other grounds in Australia. So this almost seems shocking that before the Sydney Test match, Ashwin is not playing. So maybe Rohit or Virat or people in the team management said something to him that their combination was something else. But Ravi Jadeja was not very good with the ball. Nitish Reddy's inexperience was showing.
No, but Ashwin wanted to retire after Perth. Rohit forced him to play in Adelaide. He said that in the press conference.
Wow. No, but I mean saying, but
So it has
couldn't
nothing to do with the selection. Rohit ne bola press conference mein.
no, no, I agree, but I'm saying कि Rohit, like, couldn't he have forced to for him to play in Sydney? My point is that the
He
most
forced him to play in Adelaide. He could not force him beyond that. That's the whole
that's
point.
true. Yeah, no,
Ashwin had made
yeah,
up his mind after Perth that I don't want to play. He must have gone there. Something must have. See, it's very interesting. Dinesh Karthik, I just finished watching Dinesh Karthik chat with Harsha Bogle, and Dinesh Karthik said, I thought this is the best time for Ashwin to retire because he was not. I mean, Dinesh Karthik, see, he's a professional player. B, he's
that's
from
right.
Tamil Nadu. And he's a
Mhm.
very close friend of Ravichandran Ashwin.
Hmm.
And he has watched Ravichandran Ashwin's career for a while. And he said Ashwin was not himself for the last 2 years.
Hmm.
I mean, from people who look at it, see, honestly, for the first time in the New Zealand series, I was like, how is Ashwin not picking up wickets?
Yeah, exactly. We discussed this that he did not look himself, or at least the
So,
dominant. And I mean, decline happens like that.
but he bowled
Strangely,
very well in Adelaide. The pink ball test, Ashwin was actually bowling very well. Ashwin bowled
well,
well.
so I'm going to draw parallels between him and Anil Kumble, right? And I've said this multiple times, maybe on one of our shows as well, that Anil Kumble was outstanding 7 months before he retired in Australia. In that infamous 2007 2008, the whole Sydney Monkey Gate episode, people forget, in the first test match in MCG, not, I mean, it's a little spinner friendly, but in the first innings, it's, you expect the fast bowlers to do well. Kumble picked up 5 wickets. Right, he was brilliant in that series. But then, when Australia comes to India 7 months later in August September 2008, you see a little bit of decline. And then midway through the series, when we were up 2-0 in the third test, or I think at that time we were only up 1-0 in the third test, he decides that he's not playing, and then he basically retires. So you never know. Ashwin had the same thing, maybe. Just
Listen, what happens with professional sportsmen, right? And this is only people who are at that peak level of fitness, they understand. Sometimes your
Mhm,
mind is very strong because you're a
mhm.
mentally astute and a mentally strong person. And what
Correct.
happens is your body suddenly,
Right.
halfway between the process, gives up. See, I think this is very visible in mixed martial arts. I'll
Correct.
explain this with an example. A fighter can take a punch and has a chin for 12, 13 straight fights. The greatest example of that is Tony Ferguson. I know most of you guys will not know. This guy was on a 11 or 12 match winning streak. Then he goes in one fight with this absolute killer
Mm,
and he beats the shit out of him. And
mm,
he's not won a fight since then. He's on like now a 6, 7 fight losing streak.
mm,
So what happens is when you are at your physical peak, you think you're invincible, and then you fall, and then your mind still says you're not falling. It's just that cricket, I guess, does not expose us as much as fights do. Because fight में क्या होता है, तुमको पंच लगा, तुम गिर जाने वाले हो, body shuts off. यहाँ पे
mm,
क्या होता है, you can still, उसमें ये different level of physicality involved होती है. And what I feel is Ashwin would have listened to his body. See, he was
mm,
battling injuries, back injuries, and stuff like that for the last 4, 5 years. If you're following Ashwin's career, I
mhm.
think he must have realized कि अभी next 5 test matches England के against है. When are we playing the next test match in India? We are playing in 2026, I think.
Correct. So I think that is what I was coming towards. That our
Pointless.
next five, yeah, are against England, and I think that's the fear as well. Because in England, we've seen there is a bit of a reluctance in our team management to play Ashwin. They either went with Jadeja or they might go with Washington Sundar. So he may have made that decision. And to prepare for a series, लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि उठा के चल दिए, ऐसा नहीं है. There's a lot that takes, and the older you get, the harder the preparation, the longer your body takes to recover. So I get why he retired. I just found it very interesting that they did not wait till Sydney and stuff. But like you said, it was, Ashwin's body must have said that, I'm done and stuff. So but this was just the romantic in me who loves watching Ashwin bowl. I would have loved to see him bowl in SCG or something, and it's just kind of bizarre that we won't.
I
But
think I
yeah.
think Washington Sundar and Ravindra Jadeja as the two spinners in SCG is not a bad bet.
Mhm.
Um, I think Jadeja, yeah, he did not bowl well, but honestly, Jaddu saved the match.
Yeah,
He saved us the
exactly.
match. ये
No,
मैच
no,
ड्रॉ
I
क्यों हुआ? जडेजा की वजह से हुआ. अगर वो
correct. So
77 नहीं बनाता था तो मैच ड्रॉ नहीं होता था.
correct. I agree. So there are two things, right? Jadeja, the batsman, absolutely we needed this. Jadeja, the bowler, was not very good, right? So then, who's going to be your sort of batsman? Like which place does he replace? Who does he replace in the lineup? And the fact is, and people won't like it, but right now our two biggest weakest links in the batting lineup are Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. And Shubman Gill, who goes unnoticed, but Shubman is being like, been getting starts. But Virat and Rohit have not been good. Virat beyond that first test match century, and Rohit Sharma has been extremely average in the second and third test match.
So
So,
that's the problem. So second and
right,
third test match, the story of the second and third is our top five are not scoring runs. Yes,
correct.
Jaiswal had that big 100. Virat had that 100 in the first test match. And listen, our top five scores runs. We dominate the match. Aussies cannot
Mhm,
beat us if our top five scores
mhm,
runs.
mhm.
That's just very clear now. I- In fact,
Absolutely.
both the team's top five are not scoring runs. See, Travis Head is the exception.
Correct.
Again,
I
Travis
agree.
Head is the exception. Steve Smith just scored 100 in this match. But
Mhm,
other than that, all innings he has failed. Labuschagne has
mhm.
failed. Khwaja has failed. McSweeney has failed. The
Yeah.
top order in both the teams is in disarray.
Yeah, Travis Head is having that VVS Lakshman type of series. VVS Lakshman Australia के सामने ही खेलता था, and I'm not just meaning 2001 Kolkata. Look at his stats in 2003, when we toured Australia 2008. VVS Lakshman just अंदर माताजी आ जाती थी उनके whenever he saw Australia, and it seems like Travis Head is doing the same thing, has the same effect on India post the 2023 World Cup final. So yeah, it's kind of been a thorn.
So, as far as the matches are concerned, I was really disappointed in the second test match more than the third test. I think the
Hmm,
third test we did show some fight. Listen,
hmm,
we did a good comeback in this third test match.
mhm.
And Bhai Saab, if anybody thinks Barish ne humko bacha liya, you're wrong. We would not have lost this match. We would have either
You,
drawn or
uh,
150 तक बनाते थे या कुछ करते थे. ये
no,
हारते नहीं थे हम ये मैच.
I don't know. अगर अगर पूरी मैच खेलते तो chances थे हारने के, because Australia, because
बिना
I'll tell
बारिश
you.
के.
Huh, because I'll tell you, Australia doesn't get out the same way. I mean, if you saw the first like 3 or 4 wickets, they were chasing balls on the 10th stump. Like,
No, I think Khwaja was
like
bowled
no,
clearly.
No,
Mitchell
no,
Marsh
Khwaja
got out
was.
clearly.
No. But if you look at McSweeney, Labuschagne, they won't play those shots unless and until they are going for
McSweeney and Labuschagne,
uh,
yeah. Steve
even
Smith was
Travis Head
clearly
for
set
that.
up.
Huh,
Steve Smith was
Travis.
set up.
No, but I'm saying, so we had 2 or 3 great deliveries. I'm not taking anything away from the bowlers, but I'm saying that this would have been more like 3 for 33 rather than 5 for 33. Like, they were still going for their shots. Even if you saw Pat Cummins or Travis Head, they were still going for the shots because their intention was clear कि 275 to 300 के बीच में, 270 या 300 के बीच में
नहीं, but
इंडिया
ऑस्ट्रेलिया
को
के
क्रॉस.
बॉलर किधर थे यार? उनका एक बॉलर ही इंजर्ड हो चुका था जो उनका बेस्ट बॉलर है. कहां से जीतते थे वो लोग?
I
इनफैक्ट ऑस्ट्रेलिया शुड बी हैप्पी बारिश हो गई.
हाँ that is also true. अपना
They
जीतने
could
का क्या.
bowl because it was raining all the time. Imagine not raining and then these guys had to bowl. In fact, Pat Cummins accepted it in the post-match presser कि हमको rest मिल रहा था बारिश की वजह से.
No, I agree, but I'm going to tell you, the counterfactual here is, if we would have played without rain and the wicket would have taken a little bit of spin, Nathan Lyon would have been a total nightmare to be facing, and we have seen our players cannot play good quality spin. So then you're looking at Pat Cummins, Mitchell Stark, and Mitchell Marsh bowling on one end, and Nathan Lyon essentially bowling uninterrupted for most of day 5. So that is
No,
why
I accept
I feel
Australia had the slightly upper hand in the third test. I'm not denying that.
correct.
But I'm refusing to accept that the rain only saved India.
Oh
The
yeah, that
rain really
yes,
saved Australia because without that bowler, listen, the moment you get tired, then you can't bowl those good
that's
spells
right.
also.
No, they definitely, it helped Australia in parts. I agree with that. I'm just saying that the chances still were in a 5-day test match we end up losing. But the thing is, it's all done, and now we are in for a
Yeah,
new
it doesn't
series.
matter. It's 1-1, and I
It's
think
one
these
all.
two are our best shot in the series, MCG
I agree
and
completely.
SCG.
SCG.
More than MCG, it is the SCG because it's a spinning track. But India has a good record at the MCG, which is weird.
Yes. No, it does, because MCG is like your typical Australian, and MCG, I call it as the Indian chart wicket. सब कुछ है उसमें, थोड़ा मीठा, थोड़ा तीखा, थोड़ा
मगर अभी
चाट,
isn't MCG
चटपटा.
वो ले
Drop in. It's going to be a drop
drop
in
in है
pitch.
ना?
Yes, correct,
Yeah,
correct.
MCG is a drop in wicket now.
MCG is a drop in, but there are 2 or 3 reasons why India has a chance in MCG, right? One, of the length of the ground or something, you really have to time the ball really well, to clear the boundaries and stuff like that, brings the spinners into play. The atmosphere, the climate of MCG is such that the weather doesn't stay consistently, right? So if you have the sun baking down on the wicket, it will turn. The bounce is very true. It's not like Perth where it bounces completely off the good length and stuff. So Indian bowlers love it. Virat Kohli absolutely loves batting at the Adelaide and the MCG. He's done pretty well. So if Mr. Kohli were to get back in form, MCG would be the way to do.
Listen,
But he
India
has to
is
stop
losing
chasing
because
balls outside the off stump.
India is losing because of its batsmen.
Yeah.
Indian batsmen have a serious crisis. We
Mhm.
will talk about Ashwin, yes, obviously, but I think
And,
this
and
video.
but one shout out before you play that, to KL Rahul. We all we
Oh, I
express
was just about to
skepticism.
play a package of how KL Rahul was batting without the music so that we don't get a copyright strike because साले ये लोग copyright strike मार देते हैं. I
Uh,
just wanted to pay a play. It's great you're talking about KL. See, this is how test match batting is supposed to be, boss. This
yeah,
is how
Babaji Rah.
test match batting is supposed to be. Look at KL. This is how you're supposed to bat in test match. Listen,
Correct.
KL ko I have never seen KL bat better than this in my life.
No, you haven't. And then in this test match also, by the way, we got a little lucky because Steve Smith dropped a dolly of KL Rahul at 33. And no, but my point is,
Arey,
what
how
do you
many
do
catches
after
did
you've
we
been?
drop in the second test
I,
match?
no, no, there's nothing on KL Rahul. मैं दूसरा बोल रहा हूँ. I'm saying he made it count. He scores an 84. He stays there and
Look at the
gets a big
shots. Look at
partnership.
see because he keeps leaving those balls, right? They
Correct.
have to bowl in his year zone.
Hmm.
KL has had an amazing series, boss. Just look at this is classic test match batting.
And
Kudos to the
unfortunately,
handler who made this package. This is classic test match batting. KL just paka boss. How much are we missing Cheteshwar Pujara, bro?
we
How
are
much are we
absolutely.
missing?
So
The difference is
and here is
Virat
what.
Kohli in the when he comes when it is less than 30 overs old ball, and Virat Kohli when he comes it is a more than 30 overs old ball.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
the
Well,
difference, bro.
absolutely, but it is a huge difference, and then there is another and there is another big sort of issue also, that KL Rahul ke baad, what was our biggest criticism? He would have one good innings and then he would get 30s and 40s and stuff and
Three
get
good
out.
innings, bro.
Three
Three
good
good
innings,
innings.
exactly. And unfortunately, in the last test match, you had that fear ki 30s mein jayega, but he made them count after that drop. Did not give his wicket away. You will get chances in test match cricket. Ye to matlab, test
We
match.
have a settled opening pair now. We have a settled opening pair. Rohit has to go, and Jurel has to replace Rohit
Ro-
eventually.
yes. So will Rohit go out after this series
No,
and
not
stuff?
now.
Or
नहीं यार अभी इतना नहीं देख दो टेस्ट मैच विल बेसिकली डिसाइड द फ्यूचर ऑफ इंडियन क्रिकेट अगर ये सीरीज जीत गए सीधा बोल रहा हूँ तेरे को इवन इफ वी रिटेन द बॉर्डर गावस्कर 2-2 ठीक है अगर 2-2 हो जाती है और हम लोग बॉर्डर गावस्कर रिटेन करते हैं रोहित खेलेगा नहीं तो रोहित रिटायर
correct.
होगा ठीक है देख विराट को ऐसे रिटायर नहीं कर सकते बॉस उसके I know it sounds insane, but commercial reasons भी टीम में गेम में मैटर करते हैं. The amount of money that just comes with the presence of Virat Kohli, I'm not saying it is the right thing or wrong thing. I'm saying what will happen. I'm saying what will happen. Virat Kohli is the biggest superstar after Sachin Tendulkar we've had. He will go on his own terms.
Correct.
रोहित को थोड़ा बहुत धक्का दिया जाएगा शायद. I don't know.
Maybe because also Virat brings other things in the field and stuff. Like Virat Kohli is still going to be a good
तूने
fielder.
देखा Virat was so active with both Rohit and Bumrah, and when Virat is active on the field, it's good for the team. Yes,
Absolutely.
इसकी भी ट्रेविस हेड की विकेट देखी ना विराट ने सेटअप की ट्रेविस हेड की विकेट तूने वो
Yes,
माइक
absolutely.
देखा कि नहीं
Yeah, मैंने
विराट
वो
ने
देखा
ऐसे कर and immediately विकेट गई
and
विराट ने सेटअप की
if Siraj is to play in the fourth test match, I think Virat is the only one who can sort of, slap Siraj into in that thing. And I don't mean
यार
literally
सिराज की
slap Siraj,
प्रॉब्लम है ना आई थिंक
but
निखिल
when he
एक्सप्लेन्ड सिराज द बेस्ट सिराज इज लिटरली अ हॉट एंड कोल्ड बॉलर व्हेन ही इज गुड ही इज अनप्लेएबल व्हेन ही इज बैड he just cannot come back.
Yeah, he cannot.
But
Unfortunately,
यार ट्रेविस हेड को यार आई थिंक ट्रेविस हेड को है ना nothing can explain the sentiments more than this fan. Yeah, and I think this fan is all of us. All of us.
I think they need more than 2-4-5 though. You're giving India too much of a snip.
Who celebrated Travis Head's wicket?
Off.
Boss,
that's awesome.
that is such an amazing feeling, boss. Magar, what a player Travis Head. It is so good to watch him bat. It is so good to यार क्या मजा आता है उसको देख के. He just attacks. आज भी आया था मालूम है. Second ball he goes for a boundary.
Correct.
They were under pressure. 16 for 3 थे वो लोग. They were not playing well and he attacked.
No, absolutely he attacked, and then his shots are brilliant. I mean, जो खटाक करके आवाज आती है ना उससे बैट से, वो जो the sound it makes, It's so true, and I mean, he's been brilliant, outstanding.
मेरे को तेरे से एक और क्वेश्चन पूछना था. Do you
Uh,
think we made the fundamental error of not picking Akashdeep in the second test match से
मैं तो मतलब
over Harshit Rana,
I
and
have
the
been
difference
shouting.
in the team is there to see. Akashdeep is far better
Absolutely.
than Harshit Rana.
Absolutely. मतलब मैं तो फर्स्ट टेस्ट मैच से बोल रहा था कि you had to
Both of
pick
us.
Akashdeep. No, no. I mean, absolutely, both of us. I mean, I got so much hate on Twitter. You will not believe. And people were jumping. Oh, you don't know Harshit Rana. Harshit Rana picked up 4 wickets in the warm-up game. And if you see the balls he bowled to get those 4 wickets, he was not like he was beating the bat and getting those 4 wickets, right? Uski economy in the warm-up game was about 7.5. This is nothing on Harshit Rana. I kept saying I have no bone to pick with him. He's just too inexperienced. He was not ready to play test cricket. And I think this was the arrogance of Gautam Gambhir saying, Nick Hilega. And unfortunately, it has been, Harshit Rana was the reason why he was picked in the team was I have selected him. He has great potential and stuff. Yes, but who is your best 11? And your best 11 is Akashdeep in that. And look at how in the first innings, I believe Akashdeep was the unluckiest bowler. I mean, you could count so many times he beat the damn bat. He kept on bowling either maidens or those 1 run wickets or 1 run overs and stuff like that. Kept continuously and even set up a couple of wickets that Bumrah and Siraj took on the other end. So I think on a lighter note, Akashdeep ko wo jo wild swing se wicket mili na, I was like, he deserves it because he toiled so hard in the first innings and didn't get the wicket. I'm glad he got it. But and in Melbourne, by the way, Akashdeep is a very Scott Boland type of bowler with a little bit faster. He's a little bit faster than Scott Boland, and Scott Boland has been a handful at the MCG. So Akashdeep is good. This time our attacks are going to be perfectly matched up. You have Bumrah, you have Cummins, you have Stark. I mean, I don't know if you can count Siraj the same league as Stark, probably not. But we have Akashdeep and Scott Boland. My point is, it's a very like a potent attack, and Ashwin was there, but now Ashwin's going to be replaced by probably either Jadeja or Washington Sundar. But if the wicket has a lot of bounce, then Jadeja probably comes back into play because then he can get those dismissals
Jadeja has
back.
a 50 plus batting average in Australia. He has to play.
Yeah,
He
he
will
will play. He will play. I have the opinion that Jadeja should be our second all rounder, and if you want a bowling all rounder, it should be Washington Sundar. I think Nitish Kumar Reddy probably needs to be dropped, and Jadeja and Sundar need to be played unless and until they think that Reddy gives you a better bowling option in on the MCG. But if the wicket is not like they have to read the pitch, and if it's not going to be that seam friendly, then maybe you think about Washington Sundar instead of Nitish Kumar Reddy. But if they think that it's going to swing a lot and they're going to bowl him, then we'll see.
What if Siraj isn't fit? Siraj was struggling.
So, I mean, I think
शमी को अभी
Siraj,
तक बाय द वे शमी का भी वो क्लियर कर दिया है. रोहित आज थोड़ा फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गया प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में. बोलता है यार आप नेशनल क्रिकेट एकेडमी को पूछो ना, बार-बार मेरे को क्यों पूछते रहते.
That's what Ravi Shastri also said in the Fox Cricket commentary box, that apparently this is he's saying that he breaks down after not breaks down as in injured ho jata hai, but like his endurance is the question and stuff. I'm paraphrasing, उसने कुछ लंबा सा आंसर दिया था, but that's what I'd heard. So
swelling, उसकी नी में swelling होती है, develop हो जाती है, so they are not going to take a risk. At best, he will be ready by the 5th test match, from what we have understood.
That's too late. You can't just get him from a plane and get him to bowl. The only point now, I don't think Shami can play in this series because again, bowling 20 overs in a test match and in SCG you will need bowlers to bowl that long. But it's not going to be 10 overs and 12 overs in innings and stuff. And can Shami last for 20 overs? I don't know. So I had made that comment about 90% fitness, but the way they are saying it's not even 80%. And so if that is the thing, it's going to be an issue.
I think Shami should not be rushed in because we have 5 test matches against England and we need Shami for that series also. So I think it would be kind of silly. But
yeah,
one more, I think the difference between the two teams after 3 test matches is Travis Head. That's the only
Yeah,
difference. I think Australia में कुछ और नहीं है. In fact, Australia has not bowled better
no,
than us.
there is another difference. Jasprit Bumrah. The reason why we are in the test matches in the first and second is
Is
because
Bumrah.
Bumrah has bowled outstanding. Matlab,
I
that
think
man
then
looks like
तूने मुझे
हाँ,
बोल ही दिया तो मैं ये फिर मीम बजा ही देता हूँ बुमराह का. देख
बिल्कुल
तेरी और मेरी टेलीपैथी होती है. तू मैं
बिल्कुल
सोच लेता हूँ तू क्या सोचने वाला है. ये देखो.
आलिए रे आलिए बेटा भगवत जइयो तेरा पिछवाड़ा लाल कर दूंगा रास्ते में ये देख आलियो बस.
That is so true. Batting, bowling, fielding, press conference, हर जगह सिर्फ जस्सी है.
just see it. I mean, even to avoid the bloody follow on, you needed Bumrah and Akashdeep to bat.
भाई मैच ने वो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में बोलता है अरे गूगल कर ले मैंने सबसे ज्यादा रन बनाए बैटिंग में.
सबसे ज्यादा ओवर में एक ओवर में and he's right. Stuart and the best part is he bashed Stuart Broad. So even the Australians will never say downplay that. They're like Stuart Broad को ठोका है हमने मतलब तारीफ ही करनी है तेरी. But I'll tell you something very interesting about Jasprit Bumrah, right? एक तो first of all his bowling average is below 20. So can we just have a round of applause, man? When was the last Indian fast bowler that you remember that मतलब उसके 100 विकेट भी हुए थे and the bowling average was less than 20? I don't remember. Do you remember, Kushal? I don't remember
Jasprit
a
Bumrah is
single...
already the highest wicket taker for India in Australia. He's taken over Kapil Dev, the great Kapil Dev.
Wow. And he's played I think lesser test matches than Kapil Dev in
Yeah, we
Australia.
believe in Jassi Bhai. All believe in Jassi Bhai. Jassi Bhai
Yeah.
best.
The best, yes. But man, I cannot believe मैं मतलब you know McGrath, Donald सबकी average
His average this series is less than 11.
I mean, his overall average is 19.8 or 19.7, and you know our morons in the Star Sports studio and in Indian broadcast team somehow want to talk about Virat Kohli's 2018 and 2000 whatever centuries in Australia, are not talking about this. Australian commentators are talking that when was the last time you saw a bowler's
all
average dip
driven
below
by
20?
clicks. It's all driven by clicks. It's not like Virat Kohli's PR team goes and pressurizes them. They know what gets clicks, boss, and they are just going to
अरे
go
भाई,
and do
no,
it.
the PR team तो आप बताओ, you know, after Virat was out for yet fishing outside the off stump, this, you know, those two influencer accounts, Mufaddal and the other guy, I forget his name, they were posting pictures of Virat Kohli practicing in the nets and saying, bro, practicing in the nets still. And someone said, someone messaged me and tagged me saying, Adit bhai, can you imagine us going to work and taking a picture of us working in a spreadsheet and saying, bro, working on a spreadsheet? Him practicing in a nets is his job. If he is not playing well, we expect that Virat Kohli or Rohit Sharma, or even when Sachin was playing, they spend more time in the nets. Why is this bloody news? I don't understand. Does he not go in the nets enough? Is that new? I mean, I don't understand. So this is what pisses a lot of people off, that you know why is this whole PR circle flying, that you know he gets out and stuff, and they keep doing this. It's just pathetic.
Yeah. So Bumrah is 52 wickets in Australia now, most test match wickets. Kapil Dev was 51, Anil Kumble 49, Ravichandran Ashwin 40, Bishan Singh Bedi 35.
Yeah, wow.
And
Anil Kumble 49. How stunning is that? You know, for all the criticism that he got, that अरे वो तो खेलता ही नहीं है, ये वो out of India and stuff. Kumble in 2003 and 2008, 7-8 was lights out in Australia. Lights out.
yeah, it's freaking brilliant, right?
Also,
And,
one in a little bit of credit to Kapil and Kumble, we did not play in Australia as often as we do now. Our first series after 1992, our next series was 1999, and then 2003, and only then we started playing every 4 to 5 years. Now, so there is a little bit of an advantage. There's taking nothing away from Bumrah, but a little bit of advantage is now you have consistent test matches in Australia happening once in 4 years. India and Australia now play at the same schedule as Ashes do. So, you know, but, you know, again, Bumrah has been outstanding, and he has been our best bowler in Australia by far. And I think he's likely to pick up probably 10 or 12 more wickets in the series in Melbourne and Sydney at a minimum.
yeah, he just, see, he has a number on the Australian openers. It's not like Usman Khwaja knows what's happening. He's also clueless. So to expect McSweeney to have Manas Labuschagne तो मतलब नाचे मयूरी हो गया उसका एक उसने वो एडिलेड में ठीक है थोड़ा बहुत खेला उसने
उसकी कैच ड्रॉप करना छोड़ दिया तो उसने बैटिंग करना छोड़ दिया. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
if you before people jump on me and say, why are you saying, look up Marnus Labuschagne, at least not, if not now, till about a few games ago, was the most dropped batsman in the across world cricket. In test match cricket, he had the maximum. You Google kar, to quote Jasprit Bumrah, Google kar lo aap, and you'll see he was the beneficiary of the most dropped catches. This is not to say that वो अच्छा नहीं खेलता.
It's a controversy. Did you
your
listen?
voice dropped for a second.
No, I just wanted to say एक ये जसप्रीत बुमराह का एक controversy ये क्या why is
अबे
Isha Guha
यार,
नहीं I want to talk about it like let me play the clip of Isha Guha. This
It's
has
so
to be the
silly.
stupidest controversy ever in the history
So
of the
stupid.
human race. This is
No,
what like is a Fox cricket woke?
अरे पता नहीं. And what made it worse
One
is
brown girl of Indian origin, Isha Guha. She might be British on paper. She's brown as hell, as you can see on the screen right now. And this is what they were
No, but
discussing.
it doesn't matter what her race or something. It was a silly comment. I mean, I don't think it was the best choice of words, but I don't think she was trying to be racist. What made it worse was what Ravi Shastri was trying to do after play karna ye clip, and then well before you play
the
hold
clip
on.
You made yesterday during your commentary stint that has drawn a fair bit of attention, and I know you'd like to address that straight away.
Yeah, that's right. Yesterday in commentary, I used a word that can be interpreted in a number of different ways. Firstly, I'd like to apologise for any offence caused. I set myself really high standards when it comes to empathy and respect of others. And if you listen to the full transcript, I only meant the highest praise for one of India's greatest players and someone that I admire greatly as well. I'm an advocate for equality and someone who has spent their career thinking about inclusion and understanding in the game. I'm trying to frame the enormity of his achievements.
She's reading a statement clearly.
And for that, I am deeply sorry. As someone who is also of South Asian heritage, I hope people would recognise that there was no other intention or malice there. I hope that this hasn't overshadowed what has been a great test match so far, and I look forward to seeing how it progresses. But yeah, once again, I'm really, really sorry.
Brave woman to do it on live television and apologize, takes some steel. And you heard it from the horse's mouth. So as far as I'm concerned, game over. People are entitled to make mistakes. We are all humans.
What is the mistake?
And in the heat of the moment,
That's
like
what I'm saying.
With the Siraj incident,
what is the mistake?
Travis said, sometimes when you have the mic in your hand,
most valuable primate is a mistake.
But to own up, put your hand up and say, I'm sorry. If things have gone out of place, takes courage. She's done it. Let's move on.
What is
nonsense here? That's what I'm saying. Ravi Shastri's nonsense made it worse. Ravi Shastri was calling that dude who was eating an ice cream, he's a big unit, right? So, and he's laughing about it on Australian TV shows. Has anyone said Ravi Shastri was fat shaming people on TV? And then
Ravi Shastri has said, "Thodi der ke liye goti muh mein aa gaya."
Huh.
What is Ravi Shastri going on about?
Exactly. I'm telling you, the controversy should have ended after Isha said the statement. First of all, she shouldn't have said the statement. This, if she really had to clarify, Instagram pe ek screenshot de do iPhone ke notes ka aur dal do wo. Khatam. You don't have to come on TV and stay. And this was not even a controversy in India. Now, I don't know if I'm not familiar with the Australian lingo. I'll have to ask my family that lives in Australia about it. Is primate, was that racially offensive to Australians? I don't know. Because I had to bloody
go. Take offense to being called a horse.
Someone actually told me that Ravi Shastri is a horse's mouth. I'm telling you, it was bad. that it was a stupid comment. Not a good choice of words in the first place. Most valuable private. I think she was trying to be funny and it didn't land, and it's whatever. You do have faux pas and stuff, but
This is just woke shit. I don't even care.
not just that, Isha Guha has been brilliant in the commentary box. Also making some very funny, risque jokes and stuff, and I love that. There was this Brett Lee delivery. Brett Lee was admiring how certain balls went and clipped the top of off stump, and they were seaming. And Isha Guha just very calmly said, "Brett," or was it to Brett Lee or someone? I forget. Now I know what you watch in the home at 12 in the night, or something like that. And it was extremely funny. Everyone burst out laughing. I don't want Isha to lose that tendency of her to make those jokes, because after this I don't want in Australian commentators to walk like Ravi Shastri does on eggshells.
क्या घोड़ा?
ये बाप रे. अरे बाप रे.
Oh my god, our live viewers.
Indian
Oh my
Twitter,
goodness.
Indian live viewers. बाप रे
Guru.
बाप.
Oh, Guru. Isha
चला
घोड़ा.
अभी ईशा को बोले रवि शास्त्री की एक दो मीम्स, रवि शास्त्री की एक दो नाम बोल दो. We will
and Ravi
feature
of
you.
all the people should not care. What I love about Ravi Shastri, अरे बिंदास बोल लेगा रे, कुछ फर्क नहीं
Exactly.
पड़ता. That's Ravi Shastri, yaar.
I grew up looking at Ravi Shastri being a manifestation of Jackie Shroff in the commentary box, like Bindas Bidu, जो है वो बोल दिया type of situation. Now Ravi Shastri has become very, this and that. But I'm telling you, he shouldn't have spoken anything. If they wanted to have an Indian face next to Isha Guha, please have Harsha Bhogle. He would have actually known what to say after this.
Yeah.
Ravi Shastri.
कुछ भी बोल रहा है, घोड़ा
This
घोड़ा
is
ले.
नहीं मतलब you can take what Ravi Shastri said and apply it to anything. You have heard it from the horse's mouth. The parliament procedure will continue. You have heard it from the horse's mouth. The bowlers will fall.
पूजा भाटिया says ईशा भी like थोड़ी देर के लिए मुंह में आ गया था. ओ पूजा भाटिया.
Oh man, our live viewers are the best, absolute best.
Dude, I mean, when I saw this, my whole reaction to this entire thing was, इसमें controversy क्या है?
हाँ,
इसमें controversy क्या थी?
yeah, I'm like, ये चल क्या रहा है यार, बकवास. But no,
Dude, it was ridiculous. This is just white people doing white shit, and they're like, क्या यार, white people grow out.
There is this thing called, there is a term we use called non-controversy. If there was ever invented, this is a non-controversial concept.
Yeah.
Like, there is no controversy. There is no controversy here. As an Indian, I first of all, I had to bloody look what are they even trying to say? कि ये चल क्या रहा है and stuff. And I don't, I don't believe that this was as big as they made it out to be. I don't know what Australia is trying to do, but don't lose the edge you have in the commentary box compared to the other commentary teams here.
Before we get into Ravichandran Ashwin, I want to play some videos. Then we'll play Ravichandran Ashwin का topic serious discuss करेंगे. ये question. I want you to see this clip, Aadit, and tell
Please.
me what.
दिखाइए.
मैं देखना चाहता हूँ तेरी आंखें कितनी अच्छी हैं. It has nothing to do with cricket. What the man is saying. Spot something.
तीन चीजें जो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बड़ी स्पष्ट तौर पर कही. एक तो उन्होंने कहा कि यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली की मांग थी, जो सरकारें आई उनको वो लागू करना था. इसका मतलब यह है कि माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने अपना कमिटमेंट दिया है लोकसभा में कि हर हालत में यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड यहाँ लागू होगा. इस देश में
बस्ती में शुक्ला जी
सभी
बस क्या खा रहे हैं शुक्ला जी यार? I want to know what he's eating.
दूसरी जो
एक तो रोटी है, नान है ना,
कि वोट बैंक की पॉलिटिक्स में
वो क्या खा रहे हैं यार?
धर्म के आधार
शुक्ला जी को
पर
कितने लोग सर्व कर रहे हैं,
जिसके कारण कि धर्मांतरण होता है.
बाप
यार
रे बाप।
एएनआई वालों का अवार्ड
खासकर
देना चाहिए।
मुस्लिम एपिसोड में
एएनआई
बात
वालों
चल
ने
रही
भी
है,
ऐसा
जब
एंगल
तक
लिया
भारतीय
है।
जनता पार्टी का एक भी
जो
कार्यकर्ता जिंदा
ये
है,
देखिए
माननीय
देख
मोदी
शुक्ला
जी
को
इस
देख,
देश के
अरे मस्त,
प्रधानमंत्री हैं।
he's so engrossed in
SC,
eating यार.
ST
You know
और OBC,
you know what I love about
ये
Rajiv Shukla?
3
He
Yeah.
लोगों का
truly
जो हक
loves eating यार.
जो आप मुसलमानों
नहीं
को देना
अच्छा,
चाहते
it's
हो,
good, but
वो
the
किसी
reason I
कीमत पर
laughed
नहीं
is not
मिलेगा।
because he's eating,
और
because
वो
this happened for the third time. वो कानपुर के टेस्ट में हुआ था, he was eating and
अभी एक और चीज आई. You know how many people in a 2-minute clip have gone and served Rajiv Shukla food? Something or the other आ रहा है Rajiv Shukla को.
the funniest thing
Third
is
time somebody has served. ये देख फिर आ गया खाना. Rajiv Shukla, he keeps getting food. Dude, 4th time he's gotten food. 4th time.
क्या item है यार. And the funniest thing is this is all from a buffet where no one is in line.
Yeah, look at
मतलब
Rajiv Shukla. अब ये देख 5वीं बार. वो ये इसको देख, ओए इसको और दो, इसको और दो, इसको और दो. और एक डिस्कशन चालू है, कितना खाएगा ये?
this is very classic
Dude, this
Indian.
was so good,
No,
man.
this is also very classic Indian politician sort of situation where पीछे कोई लाइन में नहीं है buffet में, but हम तो शुक्ला जी हम लाइन में थोड़ी खड़े रहेंगे. Buffet will come to me
I
when
think
I'm sitting and
it is
eating.
time for our customary clip celebrating celebrating the great Rajiv Shukla.
मैं समय हूँ।
मेरा ना कोई शुरुआत है ना कोई अंत। क्रिकेट की दुनिया में खिलाड़ी आएंगे जाएंगे, टीमें बनेंगी बिगड़ेंगी, मगर मैं रहूंगा। मुझे आप राजीव शुक्ला के नाम से भी जानते हैं।
ये वही है. I mean, can you believe? No, the best part is he was talking about uniform civil code, and when he said uniform, Rajiv Shukla showed up, and that is true. In Indian cricket and Indian politics, there is only one thing uniform. Rajiv Shukla. 2002 से लेके 2025 तक, शरद पवार से लेके जय शाह तक, only thing consistent in Indian cricket. Rajiv Shukla.
I love the man, yaar. I love the man. I love Rajiv Shukla. I love his indomitable spirit. आग लगे मस्ती में, Shukla ji मस्ती
You
में.
know,
I
and
love
we'll
him.
get to Ashwin in a second. I have one very funny Rajiv Shukla story. In 2003, you know, मतलब a lot of people of this podcast know, मतलब politics, cricket तो हम लोग करते ही है, but we are big time political watchers. 2003 में him and Naresh Agarwal was in SP. They formed the All India Loktantrik Congress और राज्यसभा का इलेक्शन होने वाला था, and there was a BJP candidate and Rajiv Shukla fighting against each other. Rajiv Shukla got a few BJP folks to cross vote for him, and then he won the Rajya Sabha election and then managed to stand behind Vajpayee in 2003 in a couple of press conferences. And then he realized that in 2004 Congress was coming to power, so he very subtly shifted from BJP leaning to Congress leaning, and then फिर सोनिया गांधी के बाहर खड़ा रहा. Then after that he now is Jai Shah's confidant, and obviously his brother-in-law happens to be in the BJP, Ravichandran Ashwin. So Rajiv Shukla is eternal across politics, across party lines, across cricket. मतलब he's an inspiration at this point, Kushal. हमें सीखना चाहिए longevity कैसे आती है इतनी in Indian politics. अजीब आदमी है, अजीब आदमी, खतरनाक.
Yeah, he's brilliant. I love Rajiv Shukla.
हाँ बिल्कुल.
Now a few memes and then we'll celebrate. So this meme is basically.
अच्छा, before you play this, कुशल क्या होगा जब राजीव शुक्ला ने रिटायरमेंट ले लेनी है?
I think cricket खत्म हो जाएगा.
Cricket खत्म हो जाएगा. Sorry, go. No, play it now. I just had a question.
So this basically ये किसी ने डाला था after seeing Ashwin retirement today instead of Virat and Rohit. This was so good. ये देख.
Shit.
अरे यार क्या लोग हैं यार. Why are Indian cricket fans so good? अच्छा ये भी मस्त है. ये मीम देख, ये मीम कितना अच्छा है. ये मीम देख, ये देख. ये देख. लोग क्या देते हैं यार, क्या लोग हैं यार हमारे, क्या क्रिएटिव लोग हैं, इतने अच्छे अच्छे क्यों मीम बनाते हैं यार लोग, बहुत 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 अच्छे अच्छे लोग, मीम बनाने वाले लोग। मगर डिंडा एकेडमी का बेस्ट था यार। तूने ये
हाँ।
द ग्रेट हारिस राव का कैच देखा कि नहीं तूने? ये वाला जस्ट लुक एट द ब्रिलियंस हियर। ये देखे कैच, देख ये देख क्या
Everyone,
फील्डिंग देख।
bar none, just thinks, oh dears, popped it up in the air. As does Harris Ralph. He's just going to catch this and away we go. Nope. Look at that for a reaction. Yeah, how contrasting left and right.
यार
The first reaction of the lady was like, oh my god, we are playing an international team, he's out. The second reaction, oh but we are playing Pakistan, छोड़ ही देगा। क्या पकड़ने वाले, क्या
क्या बोले यार।
यही कैच देख के जेसन गिलेस्पी ने छोड़ दी पाकिस्तान की कोचिंग। मतलब that Pakistani coaching carousel is unbelievable.
Yeah, it was. And one last thing, then we'll talk about. I'll play Ashwin's retirement announcement and everything. मगर रोहित का प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस का ये मस्त मोमेंट था। उसको किसी ने क्वेश्चन पूछा और रोहित बात करना शुरू, और ये रोहित का रिस्पॉन्स देगा भी बाद में।
लेफ्ट या राइट में देखना है तो ये लोग नहीं रहे। बाय द वे अजिंक्य रहाणे रिटायर नहीं हुआ है, आप मेरे को मरवाओगे। मैं यार भी नहीं हुआ कि ये तीनों रिटायर हो गए। पुजारा भी रिटायरमेंट उसने अनाउंस नहीं किया है यार। हाँ नहीं, आपने तीनों का नाम लिया इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ। नहीं भाई, अभी नहीं है यहाँ पे, लेफ्ट या राइट देखने में अभी नहीं है, बट आगे पता नहीं आ सकते हैं यार। सो सिर्फ ऐश नहीं होंगे क्योंकि उन्होंने ऑफिशियली अनाउंस किया है।
यार रोहित मस्त है। सी रोहित का ये जो इंडोमिटेबल स्पिरिट, अरे मरवाएगा यार, तू क्या पूछ रहा है मेरे को यार।
Yes, absolutely. No, also Ajinkya Rahane just took Mumbai to the Mushtaq Ali Trophy, right? Like, I mean, they won the Mushtaq Ali Trophy, did great in the Ranji Trophy, and Ajinkya Rahane has been great. So Rohit Sharma is like, "अबे साले मेरे Mumbai team के player पे क्यों चिल्लर मार रहा है यार? He's doing great for Mumbai." And he is. Rahane has been
a great captain. Rahane has been a great Mumbai captain too. So now I want to play the official clip of Ravichandran Ashwin. I think we should play it. So here is his actual announcement.
This will be my last day as an Indian cricketer in all formats at the international level. I do feel there's a bit of punch left in me as a cricketer, but I would like to expose and probably showcase that in club level cricket. But this will be the last day, and I've had a lot of fun. I must say I've created a lot of memories alongside Rohit and several of my other teammates, even though I've lost some of them over the last few years. We are the last bunch of OGs, if we can say that, left out in the dressing room, and I would be marking this as my date of having played at this level. Obviously, there are a lot of people to thank, but I would be failing in my duties if I didn't thank the BCCI and fellow teammates. Several of them. I want to name a few of them. So all the coaches who've been a part of the journey. Most importantly, Rohit, Virat, Ajinkya, Pujara, who've taken those splendid catches around the bat to give me the number of wickets I've managed to get over the years. Also, a big thank you to the Australian cricket team, who've been very fierce competitors. I've enjoyed my time playing against them. And I think it's already getting long. I wouldn't be taking any questions, but it's truly a very emotional moment. I don't think I'm in a position where I would be answering the questions in the right way. So please pardon me for that. And once again, yeah, that's my time. Thanks for being the journalist that you've been, writing good things and of course writing nasty things on occasions. That's a relationship I think we would maintain forever, and I hope the cricketers to come in the future will also get the same amount of love that you've given them. Once again, thank you all, and yeah, see you all soon. As a cricketer, I just stopped it, and I might go on to be involved with the game because this is a game that's given me everything. Right, thank you.
I think the kind of applause he got, and by the way, I can't play that because BCCI will copyright strike us. But you should go and see that video that BCCI has shared. It was such a wonderful thing. I'm going to play a few clips, hoping Star Sports does not copyright strike me. But I think this moment where Virat and Ashwin, I think this is the moment where Ashwin tells Virat. I think this was a fantastic moment. I think this is where Ashwin actually tells Virat. This was fantastic. This was fantastic. I think his respect in the team is amazing. Everybody knows how much the team respects him. and they have shared a bit of the, not the real behind the scenes footage, like, but BCCI TV tends to share a lot of behind the scenes jo dressing room footage hai. I would urge all of you to go and watch that bit. But one more
For
thing,
me,
I mean, Pat Cummins was also obviously asked in the post-match press conference about Ashwin. I just want to play a few of those things so that, these are customary things people can listen to.
Yeah, a bit of a surprise. He's obviously been a fantastic player, all around the world, really. Yeah, there aren't too many finger spinners that have that kind of longevity. So, he'll go down as one of the all-time greats. Always a fantastic competitor. I had a lot of battles, against him over the years, here in Australia as well, over in India. So, yeah, just a massive respect from our change room to the career that he's had.
So this was Pat Cummins. I'm going to play the rest also. I think some of the clips, there are moments where Ravi Shastri is good and there are moments where Ravi Shastri is bad. But just for context, since Ravichandran Ashwin's international cricket debut, Ravichandran Ashwin has taken 765 international wickets in 379 innings. Tim Southee has taken 698 in 485 innings. Mitchell Starc has 695 wickets in 368 innings. James Anderson has 647 wickets in 560 innings. Stuart Broad has 634 wickets in 485 innings. Ladies and gentlemen, Ravichandran Ashwin, since his debut, has been the undisputed best bowler. Undisputed best bowler, all formats of the game. There is no argument. He literally was, and the numbers say that. Nobody can deny. But some very interesting thing, I did not know this story about MS Dhoni until ये जो SEN cricket या SEN cricket पे धोनी की retirement की story Ravi Shastri ने narrate की. I did not know this story. So I want to play this. You guys should listen to it.
Like MS Dhoni, he didn't wait. He just walked in here. I was the coach. He said, Ravi, I need to have a chat with the boys for 5 minutes after we drew the game at the MCG. So I said, sure. He might be saying, boys, well done to draw this game or things like that. He just said, thank you. I'm done with test cricket. I said, there's one test match to go, man. He just walked up there, 5-minute speech, no tantrums, no shenanigans. I'm done. Thank you very much for your support. I won't be there in Sydney, but my total support to you guys, because after that was the World Cup.
Yep.
Yeah, and he was going to play he was the captain of the World Cup side. But it's just that. So, these days there's so much of cricket. There's IPL cricket, there's other cricket. So if you think you've had enough here, players will just walk away.
So you're standing there going, holy hell.
None of the boys knew. So I looked around the dressing room. I said, did he have a chat with you? Did he have a chat with you? No one had a clue. Even the guys who went out or spent time with him 3 days before that, no one had a clue he's going to come and say what he did. And a player, and he was 94 or 95 test matches. Normally, in India, a player of his stature, if he plays his 100 test match, and they're given that test match to say Ranchi, the whole town would have been there at the ground,
Yes.
To celebrate that 100 test match. But none of that stuff for him. He just said that I want to pack my bags. I'm done with whites.
So this was fantastic. I did not know this at all about MS Dhoni, that he just walked up and he said, "Main ja raha hai." And some Twitter handle at Lost Shrew created a small clip of 45 seconds of Ravichandran Ashwin's greatest moments. I think these are truly his greatest moments in cricket. Amazing, huh?
Ashwin, 6 in the bank.
Champions Trophy yaad hai?
Hold him around his legs with the camera.
Give a cut copyright strike. This is the famous play. This was the greatest moment. Wide and then the shot. I think that was pretty much the greatest career.
So there
The
is one moment that I would add to this is, and I'll talk to about Ashwin in a second. Is he was in Rajasthan Royals and they were playing the KKR, and the match was in the balance. Andre Russell, one of the most fearsome hitters, I think this is 2 or 3 years ago when it happened, comes to the strike, and Ravi Ashwin is the bowler. He has not taken a wicket before in the match. He bowls the perfect carom ball. He beats him, like basically he comes in with the arm like he always does, pitches on off in middle, straightens and takes out the off stump. Andre Russell had no idea what had just happened, and that wicket just swung the match. Psychologically, it dealt a blow, and then Yuzvendra Chahal just ran through the lineup. He was outstanding. But I'm saying that is the effect that Ashwin had. The reason I bring that one moment is there are countless such moments when he'll only take 1 or 2 wickets, but he'll take out the best batsman. In 2020 in the BGT, when India won that series 2-1, Ashwin takes out Steve Smith, Travis Head in the first test match on day one, had a couple of Aussies number, and even in the fourth test match when him and Bumrah were battling injuries and all that, they were there being mentors to Washington Sundar and Natarajan and telling them how to bowl. They were cheering them on the boundary line. Ashwin was there. People forget playing out the drawn test match in Sydney, where in 408 we were chasing. It was Ashwin and Hanuma Vihari that took us, played that amazing vigil and made sure, and nursing an injury. So there are so many such examples of Ravichandran Ashwin. Now, one other thing, I was looking at how many times he won the Man of Series, right? It was 11 times, one of the records. And his first time was 2011 at the beginning of his career. And the last time was earlier this year against Bangladesh. That means throughout his career, you had every few years, there was this one series where Ravichandran Ashwin was essentially dominating in especially in India, sometimes with the bat, with the ball and stuff. And so he's someone who you just don't remember one test matches or two test matches. You remember a cluster. Oh my God, there were these 4 test matches. He picked up 25 wickets. He picked up, he scored like 190 runs, like against England in 2020, 2021, right around the COVID time when we had the day-night test match and stuff happening in Motera. And Ashwin picks up 4 test matches. He scores 189 runs and picks up 32 wickets. So many such moments exist in our day-to-day sort of things where we don't even know how.
Did you
people,
see Aaron Finch's tweet thanking Ashwin? It was the best.
I did not know.
One of the all-time careers. Congratulations, R. Ashwin. It was a pleasure to play with you, against you. Thanks for not running me out.
Love it. Love it. Love it. And Ashwin's contribution to this also is very important, that he normalized this nonsense that the English people do. Oh, it's against the spirit of the game. No, it's not. I know he turned me around. I was initially influenced by the quote unquote Western propaganda about this, this is, first of all, I refuse to call it this dismissal as anything except being run out at the non-strikers end. I will not use that ex-Indian cricketer's name. I think Vinubhai Mankad was one of the best all-rounders to play for India. Don't reduce him just by this form of dismissal. What Sunny Gavaskar said, the batter was trying to do a Billy Brown and the bowler did what he was supposed to do. That is the way Indians should describe this dismissal. But Ashwin actually raised an important debate, and this bullshit that was happening, especially with English and Australian batsmen, where they would back up far ahead and start taking advantage on the single, that stopped. And now they may whine about it, they may do whatever, but this is an acceptable mode of dismissal, and so they've stopped doing it.
Yeah.
So,
one more person retired.
Uh-huh.
I think this podcast owes him a shout out to. That was Tim Southee.
Tim Southee,
a guy
yes.
who's never spoken about a lot. And I'll just play a small clip of his without the sound. But yeah, Tim Southee also, this was his last. England beat New Zealand in New Zealand 2-1 in the series. And this was the last walkout of Tim Southee. A nice cricketer, great in New Zealand, but obviously not in the all-time greats, but a fantastic player. I always liked Tim Southee because इतने छक्के मारे हैं यार Tim Southee ने. It was amazing.
Yes.
Love the way he would go out there and try to hit a six every time. So yeah,
He
I
finished
want
on 90. He finished on 98 sixes, I think.
to
And by the way,
Tim
can
Southee
I
too.
one shout out to New Zealand cricket for a wonderfully organized series. I mean, the coverage was exceptional, the commentary and all, the crowds. Every test match was packed to the brim. To the brim. I
All of
mean, it was. I mean, and there are idiots on our Twitter that say, "अरे सिर्फ 20,000 लोग आए थे." अरे भाई उसकी उनकी population ही 4-4.5 million है यार. The fact that you just don't look at 20,000 आए थे, 25,000 आए थे.
यार
The bloody
उधर
atmosphere has to be
माहौल अलग
awesome.
होता है ना. उधर
Yeah,
माहौल अलग होता है. आप ड्रिंक कर
Wankhede,
सकते हो. आप बहुत सारी चीजें कर सकते हो. There are
no,
many things.
not even that. Like, so Wankhede has only 32,000 people, right? But the atmosphere in Wankhede is brilliant. Do you ever look and say, "Oh, sirf 32,000 log hai"? No, it's the atmosphere. People are there, people are engaged. It's fun, and it's and the controversy. Hold on one second. I just realized my PC has no power, so I'm just about to plug in my
No
charger.
problem. So in the meantime, I'm going to play this one more clip because now we are in the retirement discussion zone. So Harsha Bhogle made this comment in Australia on Virat's retirement. In the meantime, I'll play this comment.
On the question of dropping Kohli, yes, in 24 it hasn't quite been the same. With Virat, it's not been the same for the last 3 years, dare I say. But from time to time, he plays these innings. When you're a great player, when you're a Smith, when you're a Williamson, when you're a Kohli, you buy yourself a little more time out of form than any other player. So if it was the same pattern with some other player, they might have dropped him. But Anush, I can see where you're coming from, because with similar numbers, Pujara and Rahane were dropped. There's a big call for Rohit Sharma to make. There's a big call for Ajit Agarkar, who's the head of selectors, to make. He's here too. I think they will let this series go. I don't think you make huge changes in the middle of a series. But were India to lose this series 4-1 or even 3-1, and neither Rohit nor Virat had made another big score, then I think there would be conversations here.
I think this is a fair comment by Harsha Bhogle.
Absolutely. See, Harsha Bhogle will not take controversial positions, but he's also not going to take very player-friendly positions and stuff. He's not a player's bro. Okay, Harsha Bhogle will say it as it is, and that is why I prefer Harsha to right now. Ravi used to be this person. Ravi used to take this, but I think his stint as an Indian coach has sort of messed it up a little bit. And after looking at Ravi Shastri in the commentary box after the Indian coaching thing, I think this should be a prerequisite that if you are an Indian coach and you come back, you cannot commentate on Indian international games for 2 years. They can happily do the IPL, no problem, but that is affecting his judgment. I think Ravichandran Ashwin, as you know, after maybe a 6-month cooling off period or something, he should be, it's a no-brainer. He should go straight in the commentary box. I think Ravi Ashwin and Dinesh Karthik are two of our finest voices right now. If you just see Ravi Ashwin analyzing the game and stuff, I think he'll be a great sort of addition, and it'll be awesome. One more thing I want to do, and it's a huge shout out to Ashwin. What he did when he had to leave the series to attend to his mom and then come back in the same test match to help his team win the test match is unbelievable. Hats off. People don't understand how the level of fortitude this takes. We've all been on that situation where we've had a family member who's not kept well and stuff, and we have to make tough calls. There is one thing coming back to the normal life, and there is one thing coming back to a field of sport and playing the sport at the highest level, as if I'm sure a lot was going through his mind, but as if nothing had happened, and go back to sort of normalcy. That itself tells me the mental fortitude that Ravichandran Ashwin had. And we almost talk about the achievements on the field and stuff. This is one off the field thing that I want to talk about. And his achievements against West Indies, Sri Lanka, him getting the man of the series when we went to West Indies in 2016 to get was.
I think we lost Aadit there suddenly. I don't know what happened. But ladies and gentlemen, don't worry, he'll be back. His computer acts up once in a while. But in the meantime, I wanted to share this interesting stat with all of you. So these are most wickets for Australia versus India overall, both home and away. And Nathan Lyon is number one, ladies and gentlemen. He's got 124 wickets. And number two is our own R. Ashwin. Obviously, Nathan Lyon has 7 more matches. And the problem is R. Ashwin does not play when we go to Australia, but Nathan plays both matches home and away. Then it's Kumble, 111. And Kumble has the best strike rate of all of them, which is very interesting of all the spinners. Bhaji is 95 wickets. Jaddu is 89 wickets. Oh, Jaddu has the best strike rate, 51. Wow. By far. Kapil Dev, 79 wickets in 20 matches. Pat Cummins, 64 wickets in 16 matches. Stark with 62 wickets. Zaheer Khan, 61 wickets. As you see, Jasprit Bumrah has 53 wickets, and he's also been very good. So
my charger that had plugged in got pushed out, and that's why the computer just shut down because
your camera is shut down, so you'll have to go exit and come back again. Okay, so in the meantime, I'll take it over. Okay, so very interesting. I was just looking at it. So look at Zaheer Khan. He's also not done all that bad against Australia in 19 matches, 61 wickets. Ishant Sharma hai. Josh Hazelwood, look at his record. And then we have but clearly Jasprit Bumrah stands out. In just 10 matches, he's got 53 wickets and a strike rate of 41. Like Jasprit Bumrah, wow. Like this guy is just so far ahead. I was looking at where Glenn McGrath is. I'm not able to find Glenn McGrath.
I'm back, people.
Look at McGrath, 11 matches against India, 51 wickets. Not bad, huh? McGrath was always good. Where's Warney? Where's Warney?
Yes. Absolutely.
Like, I'm trying to find Warney. Warney had a very bad time against India.
People on the chat guessed it right. Charger gaya, par chalu nahi kiya, but we are back. So the perils of doing it live. No, but एक और चीज, right? So Ashwin की ऐसी the human.
I'm not able to find Shane Warne, man. Where's Warney?
Where in the strike rates?
No, in just overall wickets and all that. I'm not able to find Shane Warne.
Huh? Go up the list. Like in
there he is. Warney. Look at Warney. 14 matches, 43 wickets. Warney really struggled against India. Look at his strike rate, 91.
Yeah.
Really
absolutely.
Struggled against India.
I don't think he struggled as to how well we played him.
I think our boys played Warney very well, especially Sachin. Sachin used to play Warney and Lakshman. Wow. Rahul Dravid used to struggle against Warney.
That 1998 series was a psychological damage to Shane Warne.
Dude. That was insane.
And here is one other thing that people don't remember: the 2001 series, right? And how sort of well, quote unquote, India did in that. We did that without Anil Kumble. So, and there are so many. And in 2003, when we went to Australia, Australia did not have Shane Warne because he was serving his ban, 1-year ban. So it was kind of one of those weird situations when when we didn't do they didn't do that well and stuff. But there are two reasons why Shane Warne did. One was a psychological damage that Sachin had, and the other was VVS Lakshman when he would step down the track and whip him against the spin. I don't think Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, or the current crop of player have the same skill set against Warne level skill bowling for other spinners to not dominate. That is why other spinners have done so well. I mean, can you imagine the lineup that had Rahul Dravid, VVS Lakshman, Sachin Tendulkar and Ganguly losing 3-0 to a spin lineup that had Mitchell Santner and Ajaz Patel? That just would not happen. Not happen. So and right now there is so much. Let's take the questions because I have to go in like 10 minutes.
You have to go. So was Rohit always this bad, or it's a string of losses? No, look at like Rohit Sharma.
No, I'll tell you exactly what happened. Age catches up with you, right?
Yeah.
So when
Yeah,
in cricket, when you go from 37 to 38, it's not just going 1 year unless you're Sachin Tendulkar. You go, the drop off is steep, and that's why we kept saying what we did about Virat Kohli. That I am waiting to see before people call him the greatest of all time and everything, and he's one of the greats. But is he the greatest? No, we have to see what he does after 35. And so far, he's nothing. He's done some good stuff, but he's nothing done spectacular. So yeah, absolutely. So I don't think he was this bad, but it's just, this.
What makes Mumbai stand apart from other teams in Ranji? What makes them special? No other team has won 2 digits. You know what the funny thing is? If you break it to Mumbai and Bombay, number 1 is Bombay, number 2 is Mumbai, and then number 3 is
No,
Karnataka.
I'll tell you what breaks him. One, the batting outstanding, the culture of batting. But the second thing is Mumbai has always had a balanced bowling attack since time immemorial. They've had good fast bowlers, decent swing bowlers, and decent spinners. So that makes you a team that can compete in any conditions of India. And that is why Mumbai has been better. Right now, Mumbai has not produced the best bowlers of India, but they have produced the bowlers who are always in the conversations in the top 10 or top 20. Right? I'll give you an example of a Sairaj Bahutule or a Rahul Sanghvi. Both of them have been playing for India. They were not exceptional bowlers, right? But they were decent enough bowlers who could win you Ranji Trophy and do very well. Same for Abhi Kuruvilla, our fast bowler, or Paras Mambre. There are Prashant
Amol
Vaidya.
Majumdar, yaar, one of the
नहीं, वो
best
तो
batsmen to never play for
वो तो
India.
वो तो बैटिंग में है. Amol Majumdar, I know, but I'm saying in the bowling, that is why what makes Mumbai so potent in like fast bowling and spin conditions and stuff. And Nilesh Kulkarni, again, these are all players that played. And then like you said, Amol Majumdar, Vinod Kambli when he was there. I mean, so many people I can say from thing. And then a lot of times what happened is because of the Sachin के साथ खेलने की इच्छा had a lot of people migrate. So Zahir Khan migrated from Baroda to Mumbai. Munaf Patel went from Gujarat. He used to play for Gujarat to Mumbai.
Infrastructure. I think infrastructure, training.
No, infrastructure, absolutely. But then also you wanted to play with the best, right? And Mumbai had some of the best players, and Sachin would play Ranji Trophy till the last minute, right? So you even had Sanjay Manjrekar, who played great for Mumbai. So all those reasons added up. And Ajit Agarkar, my God, how can I forget Ajit Agarkar?
I also think people fail to realize that the city has also got a unique culture of its own. People don't realize. I think it's one of the rare professional cities of India, accept it or not. Professionalism is not a norm in India. It is the exception. And Mumbai is one of those rare cities where you find bits and bobs of it. I think it all adds to the culture. And one primary reasons is in India, one of the most early financial capitals. So infrastructure comes in, Shivaji Bagh, Azad Maidan, Hindu Gymkhana, Parsi Gymkhana, Harry
Parsis.
Shield.
No, and also the Parsis who took to cricket very early.
So many
a lot
things, and the unabashed love for cricket, and also I think Mumbai does have that attitude ki we are the best. We like to win a lot. It is built in their culture. I think Mumbai psyche has that. If you are a born and raised kid over here, then you will understand what I'm saying. If you are not born and raised over here, you will not get it. There is that level of Mumbai arrogance that comes with being born and raised here, and it is not the form machismo laden arrogance. It's an arrogance about capitalism. It's not the arrogance about मैं तेरा मुंह तोड़ दूंगा, which is a
but
northern
that is also true for a lot of cities. You talk to people from New York, London, Melbourne, the biggest cities of
it's
the
very
world.
similar.
It's very similar.
Financial capitals are like that.
Yeah,
financial you just named all the financial capitals.
There are some people also that call it delusion. I'm just joking, of course.
I know, I agree. I think it's silly. I'm just giving a very
but that delusion fuels a lot of emotion, and that emotion is what you're talking about.
But sport and all these things are a lot of things are based on belief, and that's what I'm just saying. I find it all funny. Yes, I like the city because it's professional to work in India. Bangalore and Mumbai are the two very professional cities, or maybe I would say some southern Indian cities. Mumbai, I've done business in northern India. If you ask me, where did I have a greater time working, in northern India, southern India, or western India? Hands down, Mumbai. Far better to do business in India. Gujaratis in Gujarat or over here, the best people to do business with. No one else.
That
I'm,
I
I'm
cannot disagree
saying
with.
straight
Shout
up,
out to fellow
straight
Gujaratis.
up answer. My last preference is Northern India to do business. Just saying it straight. India missed a partner for boom. Kohli, Pant, Pujara. Listen, I think Pujara and his 2,000 plus deliveries played in the last two series is the difference between वो 30 overs पुजारा खा जाता था और गेम चेंज हो जाती थी और ऑस्ट्रेलियंस को थका देता था. I think KL has to do that role and Gill has to score a few. The moment Gill scores a few, then Kohli, Pant, Rohit become more effective.
Yeah, and the reason why Pant has not been effective is our top four are getting out too early, and Pant is not very good against a swinging new ball. He's potent after with a ball that's more than 30 overs old, and that's the problem that we are facing.
So okay, bowlers in Indian cricket team deserve better farewells. Ashwin, one of the finest hours. I mean, yeah. How many people have received a good farewell? Honestly, what farewell did Kapil Dev get? What farewell did Gavaskar get? Tendulkar was the exception. Was the exception. Everybody thinks सबको तेंदुलकर का मिलेगा. भाई Sachin was the exception. What farewell did Kumble get? क्या farewell था? Injured था वो.
Not even Kumble, bhai. The Dravid, Lakshman, Ganguly, none of them got farewell. I mean, I'm sure.
Sachin is the exception. मैं वही तो बोल रहा हूँ. Everybody has gone like this. Sachin
I'm sure,
को छोड़ दो.
and we don't see the difference is all of them get great farewells in the dressing room outside. They party a lot and all that, and there will be a huge farewell party thrown. Believe me, tonight, right now, the players will be celebrating all day long. But the Tendulkar was the exception where the party outside was as big as the party inside, and that's the difference.
Why players are asked to go to county to improve but not Sheffield Shield or Plunket Shield or Sunfoil series? Because I think county allows them. Sheffield Shield में इतने allowed नहीं होते foreign players.
Also, the amount of people you play, right? Sheffield
and the
Shield
money
is 8.
and the money, bhai. County
Sheffield
cricket
Shield
plays
is 6 teams and county is 18 teams, right? And you're playing 9 teams depending on what division you're in. And the variety of conditions and stuff, you play from April through August. So you go from spin, fast bowling, T20. So it's just the variety. That's it.
Yeah.
और सनफॉइल सीरीज में तो खुद उनके वाले तो खेलते नहीं अपने वाले क्या
खेलेंगे. This is a $1 million question. Who will even watch if Virat retires? Listen, a lot of people will get off. Like, honestly, I am not kidding. Sachin की retirement के बाद I genuinely stopped watching cricket. I did have an emotional attachment to Sachin. I did not watch cricket for a while, like a few years. And then, because you love the game, you rekindle the love for the game again. I don't have that kind of an emotional connect with Virat that I had with Sachin. But
no, and I'll tell you something else.
Watching if Virat retires.
Sachin was one of the last Titans to retire in test matches. He wanted to retire as a Ranji player and a test player. The last 2 games that he played was Mumbai ke liye Ranji Trophy and then test matches for India. If people say that, oh, hum IPL khelenge, and like Dhoni, they continue to play like about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years after retirement, right? Nothing on Dhoni. If he wants to play, good for him. My point is, wo moment ka ahmiyat chala jata hai because you still get to see them twice a year playing. Why Sachin's retirement was such a big deal? He was done. He retired from IPL a year before that. He didn't even care to play for the IPL. He retired. वो हर्षा भोगले उसको मुंबई जीता उसके बाद इंटरव्यू ले रहा था and he's like, I think I played the last match for Mumbai, and he just walked off. And Harsha was like, wait, did you just announce your retirement from IPL? And so that's the reality. He supports the IPL. So if cricketers want to be sort of have that emotion, they also need to put international cricket as a supremacy. If Ashwin is also going to be playing the IPL, so yes, it sucks that we are not going to see Ashwin, but Ashwin's going to play in 2 years. So in 2 months, 2 or 3 months in March. So we're going to see him again.
Yeah. So having a Shastri next to her made it uncomfortable. I like Isha. She's very entertaining. Recently, she asked fellow commentator, how big is yours? Okay, I am just going forward.
No, वो पुराना reel है. I mean, there are a lot of...
Yeah. In 24 years since they got full membership, how would you rate Bangladeshi cricket? Where do they think they faltered? Everywhere.
Everywhere.
That's my answer. Everywhere. Here, there, everywhere. They have faltered everywhere. I think they've not improved a lot.
No. Bangladesh cricket is as bad as their domestic policy. It flatters to deceive. So they've just been there.
comment on having a unified World Cup of both genders. Why does
नहीं
domestic?
भाई,
क्या पागल है कि क्या है ये?
यूनिफाइड वर्ल्ड कप ऑफ बोथ जेंडर्स नहीं यार.
शांति रखने भाई.
हाँ, नहीं अब तो फिर बोलेंगे यूनिफाइड वर्ल्ड कप ऑफ बोथ साइड्स बिकॉज देयर इज अ ब्लाइंड क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड कप आल्सो एंड देयर इज पीपल ऑफ हु कैन सी. तो ऐसा थोड़ी चलेंगे. नहीं, दिस इज नॉट गुड. एंड व्हाई इज डोमेस्टिक में फॉर 4 days? बिकॉज डोमेस्टिक cricketers are not very the games don't last very long and stuff, and
Cycle.
the qualifiers are played for 5 days. So in Ranji's, the semis and the finals are 5-day games.
Yeah. Okay. WTC cycle of 4 years with 12 teams. What would be all-time Aadit 11, Kushal 11, all 3 formats plus 12th man and coach? I mean, itna time nahi hai. We will maybe
I
take
know.
this.
Actually, tab this question. We'll take it the next month we do, or in 2 weeks when we do the podcast, because I have to run right now. I have another commitment. But we'll pakka take it
Yeah.
up. But Kushal, I'll have to
Bro,
go.
never test great. VK recently. मेरे को कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. On
चल,
Rohit being a great.
मैं निकलता
हाँ,
हूँ Kushal, if you're going to take the
I'll
questions.
take the rest of the questions. I can actually answer that question too.
हाँ,
So
by chat, we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah. So I'll be there. I'll answer the rest of the questions. So listen, I don't know what my all-time Indian team 11 is. Obviously, opening Gavaskar and Sehwag, 1 down Rahul Dravid, number 4 Tendulkar, number 5 Virat Kohli, number 6 Kapil Dev, number 7 Ravindra Jadeja. Or I would have either Dhoni or Rishabh. I would have Rishabh Pant as my keeper over Dhoni, because I think Pant would be a greater player by the time Pant retires. So obviously, if we are playing in India, Kumble and Ashwin are the 2 spinners, and the 2 fast bowlers are Bumrah. So we'll have Bumrah definitely in the side. Kapil Dev is already there in the side. Jadeja is there as the all-rounder. So कितने हो गए भाई, गिन लो कितने किए. नंबर 6 पे कपिल देव आए, नंबर 6 पे पंत, नंबर 7 पे कपिल देव, नंबर 8 पे जडेजा, number 9 Ashwin, number 10 Kumble, number 11 Bumrah. Yeah, so that's my all-time 11. There you go. ODI, obviously, Sachin opens. I think I think Ganguly will be the opener with Sachin. Virat comes 1 down and nahi, actually yaar, कैसे गांगुली होगा? रोहित शर्मा. Holy shit, how did I forget Rohit Sharma? Rohit Sharma होगा, and Rohit Sharma opens with Sachin, then 1 down Virat Kohli. कौन होगा यार वनडे में? It's so hard. I think the one-day team, we have Virender Sehwag also. उसको कहाँ डालें? Holy moly. You have Yuvraj Singh. Wow. Dhoni. Clearly Dhoni in white ball cricket. And obviously Bumrah is a certainty as a bowler. White ball bowlers कौन रखूंगा मैं? And coach of the test side, I don't know who the coach would be. Are we allowed a foreign coach or only Indian coaches? I don't know. If Indian coach, I would say pick anyone. Rahul Dravid, if he's not playing. But then if he's playing, then I don't know. I think it doesn't matter who the coach is. 12th man in the test 11. That is always going to be another fast bowler, right? Zahir Khan in the test side. In the one-day side, I don't know who's going to be the fast bowler with Jasprit Bumrah. Kapil Dev is obviously going to be in the one-day side too. T20, I don't watch. I don't have an opinion, so I will not give a T20 answer. But yeah, Kapil Dev is there in my ODI and test side. Jadeja is there in my ODI and test side. Ravichandran Ashwin is there in my ODI and test side. Bumrah is there in my ODI and test side. Zahir Khan comes in, I think, in my thing. Yeah, so pretty much, I think the change will not be there. On Rohit Sharma being a great skipper, honestly, the team Mumbai Indians were when they won shouldn't be the title contenders. All those no desires, but he lets the game drift. I don't know, man. I mean, sometimes you feel Rohit Sharma is a bad captain, but then he has done so well as a captain. Also, remember he won the T20 World Cup. He reached the ODI final. We had one bad day. He also reached the World Test Championship final. These are captain at the end of the day is as good as the team. Run container captain struggles in tests, overacting troubles in white ball. That's the theory of Virat Kohli in test captains, Rohit Sharma in T20 and MS in ODI. I don't know. Why can't we expand the reach of cricket like football? I think cricket has a decent reach because of India, but yeah, I think T20 is the answer because cricket is too long a game compared to other sports. Other sports are so shortened in their span, their playing span. So you have to put it up in that pantheon also. You have to measure it like that. So I think I would say that is the case. That cricket ki problem ye hai ki cricket struggles because of that, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Okay, I think we've taken all the questions. Yeah. All right. All questions, all super chats answered. I've answered my team. Like I said, I don't have a T20 playing 11. I will not give a T20 playing 11. I don't watch the sport. I don't know. I watch one day cricket and test match cricket. So I give you that answer. But yeah, before we go again, just wanted to play a clip of Cheteshwar Pujara on Ravichandran Ashwin's retirement. I think he was wonderful here.
जिस तरह से उनका करियर रहा है, वन ऑफ द बेस्ट स्पिनर्स रहे भारत के लिए, और सबसे पहले तो मैं उनको कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट करना चाहूँगा बीइंग अ फेलो टीममेट. उनके साथ खेलने का जो मौका मिला है और जो ऑन फील्ड मोमेंट्स हमने काफ़ी बिताया है, तो मेरे लिए यहाँ पर भी उनकी अनाउंसमेंट सुनने के बाद इट्स एन इमोशनल मोमेंट. बट जिस तरह से उनका करियर रहा है, जिस तरह के गेंदबाज वो रहे, कहीं ना कहीं मैं चाहता था कि वो अपना आखिरी मैच ऑन फील्ड खेले, जहां पर वो थोड़ा सा दर्द मुझे ये हुआ कि ऑन फील्ड रिटायरमेंट नहीं हुआ और सडन उन्होंने रिटायरमेंट लिया. तो वो थोड़ी दुख की बात है. टीम मैनेजमेंट के साथ उनकी क्या चर्चा हुई होगी वो मुझे पता नहीं है, बट आखिरी मैच कहीं ना कहीं मैं देखना चाहता था कि उनको जो एक मौका मिले कि वहां पर फील्ड पे सारे प्लेयर के सामने ऑन फील्ड रिटायरमेंट ले, बट ये उनका पर्सनल चॉइस है.
So yeah, I guess a lot of Indians share the emotions of Cheteshwar Pujara. But once again, on the behalf of the Cārvāka podcast, I want to congratulate Ravichandran Ashwin and thank him for a wonderful career, for all the entertainment. In my book, he is. I mean, I am a Kumble number 1, number 2, Ravichandran Ashwin. Jared Kimber says Ravichandran Ashwin is the greatest spinner India had. I mean, we've had that discussion. I think Kumble is the greatest spinner India had, but the difference is barely negligible and statistically insignificant. I just, the one thing I'm very happy and looking forward to, I don't know about you, but I think Ravichandran Ashwin will be one of the greatest commentators and cricket analysts. I hope he doesn't take coaching and he becomes a commentator. He would make the comm box spicy, just like DK. I think now we will get the next generation of English commentators of great pedigree and great standard in Ravichandran Ashwin. So once again, we'll wrap things up over here. If you want to follow Aadit, his X handle is there in the description. You can also follow me on X. And remember, the Cārvāka podcast runs only on membership. So if you want to support the Cārvāka podcast, do consider joining the membership program of the Cārvāka podcast and support us there, whether on YouTube or on Patreon. If you want to buy Cārvāka podcast merchandise, go on kushalmehra.com or on Kadak Merch and place the order for the Cārvāka podcast merchandise also. If you want to send one-time donations in India, you can send it through UPI at kushalmehra at icici. In Canada, you can use Interac at kushalmehra81 at gmail.com. If you can't do any of that and just want to watch this all for free, that is also fine. But please like this video, subscribe to the Cārvāka podcast YouTube channel if you have not till now, and leave a comment in the comment section. Maybe you guys can tell us in the comment section. Also, buy my book Nastic if you have not. If you've not I mean, Ashwin recently, I'm really grateful to Ashwin Sanghi. He featured my book as one of the best books of 2024 for Dainik Jagran, and I'm really grateful for that. I think it was Dainik Jagran. It was a big Hindi publication. But yeah, so do leave your preferred all-time Indian Test 11 in the comment section. Let's see. Let's compare yours and mine. And if you're an audio listener, do leave a rating on the preferred audio platform. Once again, thank you very much for your support, and congratulations to R. Ashwin. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.